Hey guys, I'm often getting accused of hacking regardless of whether I'm in a vehicle or not, so I decided to make a little video to show you how I do what I do. Number one, I like to pick weapons that have similar recoil patterns across weapon classes. For example, the ACW-R goes up and to the right, and so does the M16. It has very similar recoil pattern. What that does is allow me to develop the muscle memory to be able to compensate for that regardless of what weapon class I'm using. I'm not having to make a mental adjustment. It just becomes part of the muscle memory and allows me to react quickly and accurately. You can do that with any of the weapons. You can just go to an empty server and pick the ones that you tend to do and see if you can find some that share recoil patterns. Compensating for recoil, whether you're compensating at a stationary target, one that moves from side to side is similar. You can see how it just goes straight up. So to compensate for that, if somebody's running in front of you across your screen, you just have to pull down as you scan across. Curious how all that looks with the ACW-R. Again, to compensate, all you have to do is pull down and to the right as you fire. If you're following a target that's running side to side, it's the same thing. You combine moving side to side with pulling down at the same time. Here's another choice that seems to follow the same recoil pattern that I also enjoy using. I think some of the other weapons that share recoil patterns are the AEK, and I think the F2000 have similar ones. But that's up to you to decide what you like. I prefer to compensate for a pattern that goes straight up or straight up and to the right. I find that more natural to compensate for. Alright, this is just a round of infantry in car can. I like to play aggressive recon, therefore I use the smaller scope. Allows for a quicker reaction, and also does not announce where you are from across the map with the scope component. One thing about being able to react that quickly,
coming up and jumping off that little
with this one-shot, one-kill weapon, is you have to use low sensitivity. What do I mean by low sensitivity? I would say high sensitivity is any sensitivity in which you use your fingers, in which you have to use your fingers. Medium sensitivity is probably one that involves using your wrist, and low sensitivity is one that you have to, it's so low that you pretty much can use your forearm without moving much of your wrist or fingers to get on target. Because I used to play Counter-Strike, that's something that I noticed a lot of players doing, especially professional players. If you watched any of them play and you caught a glimpse of them actually playing, you would see that they all use big mouse pads, 15, 17-inch wide mouse pads. And pretty much all of the top players use very low sensitivity. To give you an example of what that means, I have a Steel Series mouse pad that's about 17.5 inches wide, I believe. If I put the mouse on one end of it and just move across to the other end, I don't make a complete 360. I make almost a complete 60. If you imagine it like a clock and you're looking from above, I probably go from 12 to like 10 o'clock. Or 10, between 10 and 11 o'clock. What that does is allow you to aim accurately and quickly. You're much faster with your gross motor skills and fine motor skills. If you picture like a drummer can be much faster on drums than if you put something small in front of him. Imagine if he was having to drum on like beer bottle caps. That would not be able to be done with the same speed. It's the same with aiming accurately and quickly in these first-person shooter games like Counter-Strike, Battlefield, or any of them really. It's the difference between being able to quickly and accurately get on target and not. There are those players are very good. They have very good reaction times that pretty much can play well and have positive to death ratios regardless of their sensitivity. I'm not one of them. I'm really an average player, and what allows me to play the way I play is low sensitivity, one, and then developing the muscle memory for that. And there's various ways of doing that. Also, you have to eliminate mouse acceleration, and I'll be making a video about that in the future as well. There's something funny. There's a guy there in the corner that just sprayed at me. He must be looking on the battlefield. This guy had a little box there to hide his unmentionables. But anyway, back to aiming and aiming quickly. It does take a little bit of getting used to, but I guarantee you can be a lot faster and a lot more accurate using gross motor movements like your forearm than you can fine motor movements like you can use your fingers or make minute adjustments with your wrist. If you just practice that and give yourself some time to get used to that, I guarantee your game will improve tremendously. These quick kills here, that's what allows me to do those quick kills in succession like that. Here is another great example, some short range and some long range shots. In any of these adjustments, I'm really not moving my fingers very much, or wrist. I'm basically using my forearm. And again, that's a lot quicker and more accurate. It's like the difference between trying to thread like a needle and a wedding finger. Which one can you do faster? Obviously the bigger one, and that's what lower sensitivity allows you to do in game. And there is that guy. You can see there again pulling down opposite of the recoil pattern. A lot of guys will say for that kind of distance you can't spray, you have to burst. You can spray if you learn to control your pattern. Really the last few bullets of the magazine is where you get more deviation. Another thing about recoil patterns, you want to pick weapons that have one that does not have much horizontal, one that is mostly vertical. You can compensate easily for a weapon going up to the right or the left, as all the weapons that I tend to use do. But when it goes randomly to the right, randomly to the left, that's much harder to do. The new favorite weapon in the assault class is the M416, which got a buff with the last patch. That is a good choice. It is slower rate of fire than the M16, which I tend to prefer. And also, if you go up against the wall and you spray it, you'll see that it does go straight up, which is good up to a point, and then it kind of goes random. It kind of goes to the right and the left, and that's when it becomes harder to compensate.
Behind you, somewhere.
Objective is taken. I repeat, the objective is taken. Objective
Unlucky guy. Another thing about clearing corners is you can see here I'm peeking, taking that guy out. because running around corners is bad.
One guy in that pillbox.
Here's another example. The peak, nobody there. Go back, and go back up.
Mainly because I said it's not. It's worse on the first floor. On the one.
Here I see that a guy that gets taken out, and I blindly fire at some rubbish and then end up getting a gun. This is a prime example of what you can do by controlling recoil. That guy's body is completely hidden. The only thing showing is his head, and I managed to spray him. Another guy running around the corner without looking.
Tank rolling down. Oh fuck.
I get taken out here by a sniper. I think he's in the building. I try to take him out with the RPG. It's glitched there. Reminds me of Battlefield Bad Company, where there are a lot of places that look like you could fly around, but you really could not. Now I've seen where that guy is and I'm trying to take him out. He takes me out again.
Gotcha.
But I get my revenge, which I hope you enjoy as much as I did. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope some of these tips are helpful to you. If you liked the video, please subscribe and share it with your friends. Thank you.
Good one, guys.